pardon the mess. So yeah, back here would be where that push rod suspension would go. I'd probably have to cut this part out, cut a hole in here, and then it would come out through here. And then I'm not sure if I'm mounting it in front or underneath yet. I'm not sure yet. It depends on where the wheels line up. What I'll probably do from there, so there's not room to put I could put the radiator, but it's going to be here and I don't want that. So radiator and everything will go up front. And then because there's this here, this big old like gap, I'm thinking like an transmission cooler here and an oil cooler there. And then what I think should go here is a like long kind of short but long inner, like air-to-air intercooler with some fans. And I'll show you why, because I don't know how much you know about engines, but so this, like the supercharger, the air just goes in. You can see the air intake is just right down there. So the air goes up through here, goes in, and then it just goes right into, I'm so sorry, I'm coughing. I took a hit off of weed. The air just goes in, and then whatever. There's no intercooler to cool it off. So, there's like a water pump here and like a water cooler and like a radiator to do all that stuff, but there's no like air cooler. So what I want to do is lift the supercharger up so it'll actually sit like here, so it'll be like a full like 3 inches off the top. And then what I want to do is run like a, so rather than it go straight down, because the air goes in through here and then just goes downwards into the engine, and this is how it gets forced in. But what I want to do is lift this up and then essentially make like a box that the air would go out, come in, and then remember that intercooler that I said that would be long and wide? So that would sit in front. Maybe behind, but I think in front's the best, because then it's like the shortest amount. And then I can have it go through the intercooler. I can have fans to cool it off. And then it would go back around into that same box and then go down. So rather than just being forced in, it would be forced around into a cooling space and then down so it's colder when it enters. That's what I think would be cool. And then this would lift up. I can put a much smaller pulley on here, so this will spin a lot faster and then make a lot more power. And because it'll have that box and be lifted, what are you doing? It'll also make a lot more power because there'll be a lot more air in there. I don't know if that makes sense, but I kind of just decided on that tonight. So just to give you an idea, so this is the gasket that sits between the supercharger and the intake manifold. So just doing a rough sketch on it. What I would like to do is so it's kind of like this. Boom, boom, bam, bam. Oh, shit. And then it's like that. And whoop. 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 Whatever this is. So essentially we'll need 2 gaskets instead of 1. But hey, don't chase the cat. My life. Put in something here to hold this up. And then essentially I need to like weld and weld. So this will be welded like a box like that. Gigi, you're making too much noise. Can you sit? I'm just like walking around. Sit down. Sit down. Oh my god. This is my life. Are you going out? Alright, so this would be the box. This would be... I'm very terrible at drawing and holding this. And this would be the other side. See, I get too detail oriented. Anyway, this would come out into a circular enclosure and just be welded all together. And then same thing here, welded. And then inside, so the supercharger is going to blow down, and then here, I don't know why I turned this sideways, like you can see, there'll basically be a piece of metal going like this. So the air will get forced down and then across. It goes through the intercooler, which I'm drawing like shit, but you get the idea. And then boop, and then that would hook up. So that's kind of how that's gonna go. So this would then, and then the air would go, yeah, around and then down. So this would be the split that cuts that off. So it gets a whole bunch more space in here. It gets cooled off, more air space in here, and then down. So it should smooth out the throttle delivery a lot and also cool down the air. That's kind of the idea, because right now if you push that throttle, it just fucking takes off like a drag racer. Anyway, that's the idea behind that. Here, you can see this would be how that would go, and it would be, I don't know, darker, because this would be the darkest part. And yeah, that would be, so the air would go inlet this way, and then I should just do arrows around into intercooler. Up. And this is intake. There we go. All right, you get the idea.